All right, it's playoff time. Buccaneers coming to town. We swept them this year. They were 10-7. We were 16-1. Our only loss was to the Cowboys, even though we benched our starting running back and quarterback the last two games of the year after clinching the first round bye. But overall, let's see how we got here. Okay. So start off 4 wins. Nothing really too close. Then the Cowboys beat us out of nowhere. We were trying this pass playbook and it just didn't seem to work out. And we haven't really lost since. I'm trying to see which games were really close or nail. There wasn't really any nail biters per se. It was pretty just smooth sailing. Uneventful for the most part. There were just some disappointments in the sense that our quarterback, threw more interceptions than he did his prior 2 years, his rookie year even. Um, it just kind of sometimes it seemed like our defense just would let him score. I don't know. I guess I'm just being picky. But how did everyone else get here? Okay, so the Bucks went to New York, beat the 3 seed. The Rams went to Chicago, beat them in Chicago, and the Cardinals took care of their division rivals, the Niners, in Arizona. And then over on the AFC side, you had the Ravens with the number 1 seed, and then the Jaguars barely took care of the Titans, who actually were in the playoffs last year with their rookie quarterback last year. So that's an up and coming team. Broncos go into Kansas City and take care of the Chiefs, and so do the Bengals. So who would I like to face? Actually, I don't really care. I actually well, either one of these guys. If shit, we need to get past these guys first. But the Rams have a rookie quarterback who was like second in MVP voting, from what I saw. I guess it could change. And then the Cardinals have a second-year quarterback in Julian Sand. I think it's his second year, or maybe it's his third. They really turn it around. They seem to be a perennial contender now. But the Rams got their quarterback by trading with us, who we had the first overall pick from the Vikings after trading them Bryce Young. They gave us 3 first rounders, I guess, or was it 2? Uh, um, and then with the number 1 pick, we gave to the Rams so they could take their quarterback of the future, who seems to be working out pretty well. Buccaneers still have Todd Bowles, vertical zone run, 3-4 storm. Just one guy's out, one receiver, man. Okay, so you got Bucky Irving, Wirfs, Mayfield, Clark Phillips, Hideki. So Keontae Scott, I think, got a pick on us last game. Then you have Ibuka, Ruben Bain. So they got some players. This guy's pretty good. Isaiah Horton, 6'4", 208 pounds, 30-year guy, receiver. They've got some good guys, man. They're hard to beat. We did sweep them this year, but last year I think they beat us. I think twice. Yeah, they might have swept us last year. Okay, Cam Moore is backing up Baker Mayfield. This is the year 2029, by the way. The 2029-30 season. This guy, when he was with the Packers last year, he helped kick us out of the playoffs in the division round. This same game last year, we were one and done after being the 1 seed. Although he's not really catching his bearings with the Bucks. He doesn't really. I mean, he's gotten a couple first downs on us, but nothing like when he was with Green Bay. I think they have good receivers. At least these two. Great. I mean, one of the best left tackle. good offensive line, really good tackles, good edge rushers. Not so much in D tackle or linebacker. I think it would behoove us to run the ball. So we're going to go with that option playbook that has beaten them twice now. We're not going to change it. Let's see who. So yeah, I took Jonathan Brooks out the last 2 games, so he didn't get the rushing title. That's fine. We're not in it for personal accolades, even though Phillips led in sacks. Devin Lloyd led in interceptions again. Devin Lloyd led in solo tackles, I think, again. This might be his 3rd year in a row Defensive Player of the Year. Trevor Wallace has always been up there, top 3 or 5. All right, we're not doing all blacks until the Super Bowl, and if we're the away team, then we're doing all whites. Got our Lenore Sellers back, Jonathan Brooks back after having given him 2 weeks off.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel State, where the legacy of the late, great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. But just ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game. And we've got a great one in store, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Carolina Panthers. On the Tampa sideline, head coach Todd Bowles. His guys knocked out the 3 seed a week ago and looking to keep things rolling here in the divisional round. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys fresh coming off the bye, ready to prove they are the team to beat in the conference.
Maybe after this game or before the next, or the off season, I'll go over basically our roster and what we've done since I've taken over Couch GM responsibilities. What big changes? What draft picks have we gotten late that have really been contributions? I would guess that most of them are just depth. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it now. Let's do it now. All right. Big contribution. Drafted Lenore Sellers. Traded Bryce Young. Tried to develop Haynes. I mean, Haynes King is developed for the most. I mean, dude, I think he's ready to go. He's probably a trade option, but I like Taylor Green, how he handles. I picked him up from the practice squad of the Browns a year ago, right around a year ago, and then yeah, I think it was right before the playoffs. I saw him in the practice squad. I think he's going to be the future backup. I think we're settled there. No real changes here other than just drafted a couple guys. Re-signed Brooks, re-signed ETN. So, no big changes here other than we picked up Concepcion of a free agency. Wasn't really working out. Nick Harbor's going to see a prominent role next year. This is his 3rd year, but we've been waiting to be able to give him a longer term contract. We didn't really feel like we needed him because everyone was kind of doing well. I was debating on even signing T-Mac again, but we went ahead. He dropped in overall points and regressed, and then said, okay, now you're cheaper, so let's give you a contract, and been working out. Drafted Jamari Johnson to be our featured tight end, and got injured 2 years in a row. So we went ahead and said, fuck it, and we gave the Jets like a 1st and a 3rd round pick, I believe it was, for Kenyon Sadiq. And gave him a contract extension, and then we're kind of waiting on Johnson for his contract to see if we'll be able to afford him. Pretty much no changes on the starting offensive line I can think, other than we drafted Luke Montgomery since I took over. Signed Tyler Booker to play right tackle. Once Moten retired, we didn't know. We also drafted Absher the same year. Couldn't help it the following year. This year, past draft, Kenny Pepe. These guys are ranked up because of the coach abilities I have. No changes here. I did bring Anto Saga up from the practice squad because he's going to be featured next year when we can't not afford Jaden Phillips any longer. He's gonna. We're gonna. He has some really good abilities that I like to see in an edge rusher, with speed, strength, acceleration, just athleticism and strength. So, um, yeah, he's gonna. We're gonna develop him while the other young guys are waiting to be developed as well. But Jalen Phillips, this will be his last season with us. We just can't find the cap space to keep him. Derek Brown. We did trade for Walter Nolan. Wasn't developing in Arizona. Gave them a second round, I think a second and some, I don't know, a couple things. Signed Ingram Dawkins at some point, but trying to develop Lee Hunter to ultimately be the Derek Brown replacement. DB's playing more of a nose tackle now with Nolan, Ingram's, Hunter. Drafted Robinson, and then we actually have a pretty good D tackle room with depth. Just kind of wait until, because they're so expensive, kind of waiting to develop them further. Drafted Newsom, Griffin, traded for Daniels. Had some other guys. There's some guys on a practice squad because we did not anticipate that Trevin Wallace would develop the way he did, and we were getting ready should he not or have an off year. And then Devin Lloyd we did not anticipate having him here with us this year, but just 2 back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards. We found the cap space to do it, so he's under contract till next year as well. At some point, we're gonna have to say goodbye. It's just was, and we have backups to do it. I'm confident that we'll be okay. It's just it was kind of hard to let him go when we could afford it. Let's see. Let go of Mike Jackson just this past year is his first year with the Saints, and then we gave Will Lee. And the entire time we've been developing, or sorry, drafting and then trying to develop a lot of cornerbacks. Not really focused developing, just seeing who kind of develops. And it was Will Lee's turn. He got a contract and he got the start. I don't think he's really looked that bad, to be honest. He hasn't. I don't think he has any receptions, but he has not been a weakness. I haven't really seen him get burnt. Um, Same thing with safeties. We're kind of fine guys. Late in the draft, mid rounds, free agency, like in the case of Bailey, Zachman, Pierce, and Hyler we drafted. I think we even had some practice squad guys. But ultimately, we figured it was time to give Zakee Wheatley the reins, and then we traded Trayvon Merrick. And Wheatley's actually looked good. He's actually got a couple picks. So I think he's actually maybe been a tad better than Merrick. A tad. Merrick, I think, was better in the run. I think Wheatley was better in pass protection. And Ransom has been developing on his own. Doing pretty damn well. Got a contract extension this past year. And then at some point, Cam Little was let go by the Jaguars, and we picked him up probably right away by pure coincidence. He had the better leg than Ryan Fitzgerald, so when it came time to renewing contracts, we went with Cam Little, and then Palmer Williams we drafted based off his kick power. Been doing pretty well for us. Anyone's guess whether or not we're going to have the money to re-sign him when his contract's up, or if we should just go for someone else. If there's not someone to draft, then, or if we draft and then maybe we'll draft someone while we have them, who knows? All right, that kind of, I guess, what were the big changes then? D tackle, quarterback, tight end. Nobody really too much on the offensive line, or edge rusher, or a linebacker. Not that much changes at cornerback. Some at free safety. So, yeah, and as you can see, like I guess I haven't really let any late round guys, mid to late round guys, kind of take starting roles. They have potential, but other than our right guard here, we drafted and he took the starting role right away. mean, unless you want to call this guy, Sam linebacker, we don't see him too often. Drafted guys, rookies, right away. Like, yeah, no, I've been kind of like just drafting for depth. And that's fine. I mean, we miss out on offensive and defensive rookie of the year, but it's been a long-term goal to keep building depth and having guys that I want, and then try not to develop them or have them blow up on me and cost us too much until we get them under a contract. So, and all the while looking for other players as well who might better fit what we're looking for. All right, let's go.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up so he could use the rest, and I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one, because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Well, as you can see, they're not operating at full health today, partner. That's been a big story the last couple of weeks. But the bottom line, their record is solid, and you know that this is still a very dangerous team, even with those guys missing.
What they have shown us throughout this season is that this team has stayed focused, and some injuries, they're just not going to derail the momentum they've built up all season long. They continue to go out there and play and give their best performances.
3rd and 2. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he is going to have a Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. First and 10 at the 47-yard line. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. A carry here for Trevor Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Looking to throw. Sellers. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Up the middle with Brooks here. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. And the Panthers first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Brings up 2nd and goal. Off the play fake. Sellers. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. It's now 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
Jesus fucking Christ. Like they just can't get a fucking passing touchdown, man.
For the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down straight ahead. And his kick is indeed good. Every possession in the postseason magnified.
I'd be amazed to see just how many passing touchdowns Sellers would have had this year.
They got on the board. They got their home crowd into it as well. And
in the red
remember, in the
zone
playoffs,
without having
the
to
game
run it in.
slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And when you review his performance last week in the game in total, I think that he understands.
And right away, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, he's going to have to shake out the cobwebs first time he touches the football, and he drops it on the ground.
So many times we talk about quarterbacks and taking care of them early to get them in the flow with safe throws, right? But with a runner, there is no such thing as a safe run, right? Right out of the gate, you're going to be in some traffic. Got to take care of the ball, and he didn't do that.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and again the ETN. And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on
I'm going to put my money on if they pass it and catch it, it'll be enough for a first down, but not a touchdown.
When he spots
That's my money.
a lane and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
3-yard line.
Back to throw. Sellers. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Buccaneers, nothing.
5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They trail here early in this division round game as they seek a spot in the NFC title bout. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And when you get into the divisional round of the playoffs, this is where having the ability to run the football is such an advantage. The defenses, they're generally going to be tougher the further you go along. So if you can get something established up front, it's going to give you a great chance to move on.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Mayfield now. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now the first carry here for the running back. And this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 5-yard line.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. Well, this defense is all fired up now as they'll drop him a 2nd straight time. Back inside the 5 now. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Straight ahead, ETN.
Damn, he's got it. And more. He's gone. I don't think you're catching him.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Damn.
Touchdown, Carolina. Trevor Etienne, 97 yards. And the Panthers add 6 to their lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield. That's caught. Emeka Buka. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. To throw, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. In motion goes the tight end. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the 1st quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, what we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the 1st quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, big play there. And when you have a running back that you can use like a wide receiver, when he has that kind of versatility, you do as they did there. Get him out of the backfield and give those defensive backs something else to worry about.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Sellers. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for a Panthers first down.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. (17-0) our score after one. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Brooks, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Damn it, man.
And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
Yeah, and if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll get this complete to Trey Harris. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
7 yards there and a first down.
And the Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
ETN up the middle. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Ligon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
12 more yards there and another first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Operating from the gun, Sellers. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Sellers. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it. And the Buccaneers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
A gain of 4 yards. And
Mayfield to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. This 2nd and 4.
Trey Harris. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
A run up the middle with Irving. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
A gain of 7.
Now Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice play. He was able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Mayfield. That is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that
Damn.
Taking it right down Broadway. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Brooks, 73 yards. And the Panthers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
The point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. It's brought in by Harris. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down. A gain of 14.
Mayfield with it once more. To the right side, he finds his receiver Harris. Here now, 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4. At the Panthers 42-yard line.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a 1st down.
That's another Buccaneers 1st down.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. Oh, able to avoid him. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts.
What the fuck would you do that
talk
for?
it over, we step aside.
1st and goal, Tampa Bay.
When it was the 2-minute warning. What the fuck?
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting him and by him going up and getting it.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Second down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Sellers. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. Give them 18 on the play.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Incomplete. Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 30.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
God damn it,
That
bro.
ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards.
From the gun on 3rd down. Sellers.
Jesus.
Throw right side.
I'm starting to wonder if he's not it, man.
I feel like my man
I saw Taylor Green run this
might be
offense
changing
better.
jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
A 52-yard attempt.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to it as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Covered by J.C. Horn.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. To the right side and intercepted. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Jesus, dude, we can't catch now.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Incomplete. Brings up third down and 10.
From the gun on third down. Sellers to
goodness.
the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. Sets up fourth down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half.
37
From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So halftime now here on Sunday night primetime. Let's get it to Scott Hansen in Orlando with our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 4.
Brings up second and 4.
Running the toss to Irving. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Looking to throw. Open man is Tinsley. He's got it. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball at the 40 here for second and 5. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Mayfield running left on the option. And holding it, maybe the wrong
Ricks
decision.
is playing today, dude.
Stopped in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's second and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Oh my goodness. Is he gone?
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 119 yards rushing for him now in the ball game as he is trying to will his guys to the championship round next weekend.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Sellers. Got a man. That's Leggett. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down.
A gain of 7 brings up 2nd down at the Buccaneers.
He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
13-yard gain brings up.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
First down.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving.
Thank you. There's one. Okay. Now I know we won't fucking miss out on that ability yet.
As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So, my man, another touchdown. They're looking like the #1 seed that they earned throughout the year. Looking pretty dominant right now.
We knew the road to the Super Bowl would run right through this stadium. Somebody's going to have to come in here and beat these guys. Good luck. I don't think it's happening this weekend.
No, definitely not this weekend. And for anyone else out there, bring your game.
Buyer beware. The extra point up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
A 2-yard gain on the play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 19 yards.
Here's Mayfield. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
7 brings up 2nd and 3.
Now they'll run it on the toss. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
First down. A gain of 13 yards.
Mayfield on play action. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
2nd down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Mayfield down. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now, remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one in.
Ransom there defensively.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Brooks. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. And they'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taking it about the 16. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's a handoff to Irvin. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a first down. It's not a big play, but that double pass does the job.
Complete to Trey Harris.
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup. Mayfield looks to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
That one completes illegal. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
And the Panthers first down.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And this is incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Jacob Parrish on the coverage.
Looking to throw. Sellers. He'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
4th down.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. One quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard.
2nd and 5 at the 25-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Mayfield to throw it. Now he's going to step, and the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And it would appear that that first-round bye certainly helped. They've looked fresh from the start and no letdown here as they lead big in this divisional round, and they look to book a spot in the conference championship. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 35-yard line.
He'll be dropped shy of the 40 despite powering through the tackle. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper
right,
there, but it leads to a
now.
3rd down.
Well, praise to go to offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Mayfield. Now he's got a man. Downfield is Horton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Mayfield fires the out route and completes it to Harris. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
That's another Buccaneers.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Throw over the middle, caught by the tight end Gray. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
14. And the Buccaneer first down.
Throwing, Mayfield. Finding Harris over the middle. Gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. The false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. They go play action. Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind them. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
He's got it. So they convert the 2 that keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game.
Buccaneers 21.
Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Panthers coming out now. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving, up by 2 scores, as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. 112 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
37-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Frazier. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Up the middle they go. It's Shepard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Yard on the play. It's now 3rd down and 4.
On 3rd down, Shepard. That is brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Mayfield. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd
And again, it's Mayfield.
31-yard line.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. They've got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They'll drop the throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37.
Buccaneers, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
Mayfield with it once more. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Clark. And they'll come out now in an empty backfield. 5 receivers split out. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19.
It's a gain of 16 yards. Complete to Emeka Ibuka. 1st and 10.
Here's Mayfield.
18-yard line.
He's got it to Williams. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Mayfield now.
At the 9-yard line.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Again, he'll drop the throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. He'll try to do it himself. The Bucs try it on 4th down to come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Clark Phillips there to stop him. 2nd down and 8. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, right back to ETN. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And they'll go again with ETN. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. Here's a give to ETN. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. 144 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They have more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. So Mayfield and the Bucs down by 16. A little over 40 seconds to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10.
How's that possible? They just won last week.
Pass complete to Harris. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
14 yards. Complete to number 9, Trey Harris.
And 26 seconds now as the spike comes in. Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Here's Baker. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. And now down to 14 as he spikes it to stop the clock. The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
It's a turnover on downs.
They go down to a knee, and with that, they're off to the NFC title game.
The Panthers season will press on as we say so long, everybody.
Later, Bucks.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gault. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.
All right, well, we get to play again. Damn, bro, we just keep running the ball, man. I mean, that's what I wanted, but it's just they can't stop us for the most part. Panthers debut gets a sack. Alright, I guess we're going to see who we're facing next. Who's coming to Carolina? Cardinals? Rams? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and make my guess. I'm going to say the Cardinals beat the Rams. And I'm going to say the Ravens beat the Broncos and the Bengals take care of the Jaguars. So seeds 1 and 5 and then 2. All right. Oh, the Rams, bro. Okay, a rookie quarterback. Oh shit! Both my picks, dude. All right, well then I'm rooting for the Jags. I want it to be a big cat Super Bowl. First, we got to take care of the Rams, though. Let's do a little preview of them. Okay, 5th in passing, defense is suspect. Puka, McDuffie, Jared Verse. Who's out for them? Williams, Young, Kitchen. So free safety, running back, left edge. All right, you got the rookie, Jared Curtis, backed up by 4th-year guy Ty Simpson, who apparently never worked out for them. 2nd-year running back, Brother, because Kyron Williams is out. Who else they have there? So they don't have much of a running game right now. Puka's fucking the man. This guy's been dangerous, too. When we faced him before, I can't remember what team he was on, but I don't think it was the Rams. And I don't think it was the Ravens either. This guy's a little dangerous. I remember their line from years prior wasn't that good. It seems like it's better now. Except their tackles, 64 and 72. Shitty. Okay, so they got one edge guy to worry about. Ashawn Robinson. You got McDuffie, who's probably good for fucking couple deflections, maybe even a pick if we get risky. Alright, that'll do the little preview. I think it's basically going to fall on the rookie quarterback with Puka and their tight end, and whether or not their Jared Verse and McDuffie could make some big plays. So, all right.